You have been grinding for months, but you still look like Christian Bale from The Machinist. You're stuck, you're pissed, and you're skinny as fuck. And you have probably been following some scam product that is not making you aesthetic, but just bulky and ugly. But what if I told you to getting aesthetic and become more attractive isn't to train harder, but it's more about training smarter, which means that you're gonna focus on some specific muscle groups. And that's exactly what I will be covering in this video. So the first step to achieving aesthetics is to focus on the 7 most attractive muscles on a man. So there was a study from somebody called OSF where they tested what the most attractive muscle groups were and why. And some of the most attractive muscles were the upper traps and the neck, because it shows power and masculinity, which is the attraction to a woman. So just to quickly summarize what the 7 aesthetic muscle groups are, they are the neck, the upper traps, your lateral delts, your upper chest, your lats, your biceps, and your lower abs, because usually your upper abs are overdeveloped. The reason why these are the 7 most attractive muscles on a man is because it gives you the Dorito look. So basically the Dorito look is where you have the V taper, where you look like a V, where from your waist to your shoulders you have a 1.6 times ratio. Basically how I want you to think about this is that it is the opposite of an hour-shaped glass of a woman. So we men, usually most men, of course there are some who's a retard and likes fucking skinny or fat women, but usually a normal human being will be attracted to a woman who has big breast, thin waist, and then goes wide again. That's the hour-shaped glass. That is usually what we are most, what could you say, naturally attracted to. So what you want to do here is that you want to train these 7 aesthetic muscles at least 2 times a week for optimal results. So that's a quick story that I want to tell you. So from some years ago, when I have trained for 2 years straight, I still look like shit. And the reason why I look like shit is because I trained like every other fat bodybuilder told me to. Just train high volume, train 3 chest exercises on one training. All of this is completely bullshit. The reason why this is bullshit is I'm gonna cover it in the next step. But the quickly action step that I just want to tell you is that you just need to focus on the 7 aesthetic muscles groups. So something that I will just quickly recommend to you is to subscribe to my channel, because if you do this, you will get the best Greek god aesthetic physique. Furthermore, you will get more respect from people. Like, after I got aesthetic, bro, people respect me instantly. I'm not getting bullied anymore. It's such a nice feeling. Like, you feel so safe and confident about yourself. So of course you will feel like that as well. But of course, if you don't want to, then it's on you, bro. So the second step to achieve aesthetics is to lower the volume but increase the intensity. So that's what I meant by most bodybuilders are telling you to do like 3 fucking chest exercises or 3 exercises for each muscle group in one training, where you want to do 10 to 15 reps. Bro, I did that for 2 years. I basically didn't even grow. And that was when I had my newbie games. So I should have grown so quickly, but I didn't. But as soon as I started to lower the volume and I did less exercises for each muscle group, but I did more intensity, which means that I trained it more to failure, and I trained more for strength in the first couple of sets and then for hypertrophy in the last couple of sets. That's when I started to grow. That is literally the fucking secret to becoming fucking aesthetic. So what I do is something called the reverse pyramid training. So I want you to imagine when you do a compound movement, instead of doing 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps or 10 to 15 reps, I want you to train the first set 4 to 6 reps, because that's when we focus on our strength gains. The second set, you want to decrease the weight with 16%, so you will be getting around 6 to 8 reps. When you get around 6 to 8 reps, we still focus a bit on the strength, but it's beginning to become more strength and hypertrophy. And then in the last set, guess what we do? We drop the weight again by 16%, which means that now we will be able to take between 8 to 10 reps, which is hypertrophy. Trust me, bro, when I tell you. And when I started doing this, I started to grow so much quicker. It is such a cheat code. And then a bonus tip that you can do to increase the muscle growth further is to do like some really drop set or rest pause, which means that you basically take the set beyond failure, like the last set. And by the way, I will like show a picture of my program that I do. I train 2 times a week, which is way better than training 5 times a week, clearly, because I made so much more progress. And this is what I train. I literally don't do any more. 6 exercises is the maximum. If I do any more, I will just begin to feel fatigued and tired when I come to the gym. So my action step to you is to stop doing 3 different exercises between 10 to 15 reps. Just start doing the reverse pyramid training and prioritize which exercise that you want to do. You can't get everything in the start, so you gotta prioritize. For example, for me in the start, I prioritized a lot of my lower chest by doing dips and all this shit. But now I realize that the upper chest is the aesthetic muscle group. So now I only focus on my upper chest and a little bit of the lower chest. But that's only because I have an asymmetry with my chest. That's why I only do a couple of sets with only my left side, so it will match my right side. So the first step to achieving more aesthetics is to eating more. So bro, I used to do all the common bodybuilder bullshit by eating all you can, every macro counts, all of this different kind of bullshit, and guess what? It did the reverse effect. I thought I would get stronger. I thought it would give me more energy because of course I was in an energy surplus, but it gave me the complete opposite effects. I felt fatigued all the time. I didn't get stronger. I didn't put more weight on because the thing is, I felt like shit throughout the entire day. I couldn't move my body because I was so filled up, because I felt like if I moved a muscle, I would have to throw up. Literally, me and my friends were sitting in this fucking cafe and we were done eating, or they were done eating, and I still had to fucking eat because I thought, you know, bulking, I had to get more weight. And then afterwards I was done eating, I literally said to them, I can't move right now. Like, we literally have to wait before like I can move, because I felt like I was gonna throw up if I had to walk up the fucking stairs. So you can take the bulk on the too far side. What I would recommend, instead of doing that bullshit advice, then I would recommend you to have 5 to 6 meals a day where your goals should be to hit 3,000 calories and 130 grams of protein. But of course it depends on your weight. The thumb rule is that if that you should get between 1.6 to 2.6 grams of protein per body weight in kilos. So for example, I weigh 65.5 kilos. That's why I need 130 grams protein. It's okay if you get a bit more, but you should at least get 130 as a minimum. If it's too difficult with food, then you can get supplements like protein powder. It's a very good supplement that you can use. And the way that you count this is literally just, for example, with the calories. You just take the 3,000 calories that you need to hit, and then you just divide it by 5 or 6. It depends on how many meals you want a day. So if it's 6 meals that you want, then it's gonna be 500 calories for each meal. If the protein is the same as me, then you will need 21.6 grams every single meal, around that, plus or minus ish. So that is literally all it takes. Like, this is the most important thing. This is where people fail. If they don't do this with their diet, they're fucked. So this is literally just what you need to focus on. So if you found these videos helpful, then I will sure about that you will love this video right here. And the reason why is because it will of course make you more aesthetic. It will give you more respect from people, so you can be the most confident guy in the room. Like, imagine how fucking insane that would be. You go into a room and you know that you're fucking ripped. You have the best physique between all of the people in the room. Imagine how good you're gonna feel about that. Fuck yeah, bro. Heck yeah. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day, bro.